Dato, right? Talking back to the incident, like what you mentioned earlier, it memang looks like a kesilapan, but not from you, from some other people else. Scenario like this, right? Is it sentiasa berlaku dekat race, or is it actually super, like hard to get, and it's like luar biasa?
I think for something that when we race and someone else make mistake is quite common lah. But for something like what happened in Tokyo last time is very rare, super rare. In fact, a lot of like Western media, a lot of people like from cycling industry, they've been talking about this. They've been questioning like why this Australian guy leaving so much gaps, because it really doesn't make sense at all. Like if you are a cyclist, if you are an athlete, you understand like why he's doing something like that.
Yes, and
I
it's
think
final.
it's final. Yeah, I mean, it's very important for me to explain to the audience, right, to our viewers today, the basic regulation, the basic rule in the Kirin. When we started the race, the Denny or the motorbike will bring the rider for 3 laps.
Yes.
Because the total race is 6 laps, and the moto will bring for 3 laps,
Yeah.
and the rider will finish the remaining 3 laps.
Okay.
But the rule is any rider of the 6 rider, you cannot leave the gap more than 5 meters, which is about 1 bike length. Yeah. So if the rider leave more than 5 meters, the commissaire, which is the judge, they can stop the race and disqualify the rider who causing that gap. So that is the actual rule. So in cycling, sometimes it's hard to say because everything is up to the commissaire,
Judge.
to judge. Yeah, sometimes he can be a little bit loose, sometimes he can be a little bit strict. So the athlete, we don't have the right to complain or to fight against their decision. So it's a little bit difficult. I mean, then after the race, when we sit down with the coach, with the team, when we watch the footage, and we was like, hey, what happened here? Why they don't stop the race? Okay, but that's fine. All right, but that's fine. That's number one. Okay, that's fine. Okay, the race is continue. That's fine. Okay, the second thing is the Australian rider. We are like out of our mind. We don't understand why he leave like at least minimum 20 meters gap.
That's really very far. We actually saw from the playback.
Very far. Yes, very far. And by the time the motorbike opened, the Great Britain rider Jason Kenny, he stepped on the gas a little bit. Yeah, he's not fully commit yet, but he's just rolled to the front. So it's giving like 25 meters gap at least. And usually the rider who leave the gap, he will start closing down a little bit. If not fast, maybe that from 20 meters he will make it 10 meters, and he will watch the back, because we want to wait for our opponent to what is their reaction.
Yeah.
And it's hard for me to go straight to the front because I was on the 5th position. I was the second last. Yeah. And in front of me there's another 3 riders, and everyone who doesn't understand, they ask why Azizul don't go to the front. It's not that I don't want to go to the front, but if I want to go to the front, I have to face 3 riders at the front of me.
Yes, true.
Which potentially, if I make my move, they will throw a hook. Which gonna put me in difficulty. It's either it will slow down my speed, or it gonna cost me, maybe can cost me, like put me in danger, or I have to go around too high, which is give me more distance. So technically, it's like there's a 3 people that have potential to block me to go to the front. And if I did go to the front, I have that 20 meters more gap to chase Jason Kenny.
Yes.
Yeah. And then the other rider behind me, because I wasting my energy to go to the front, I have to use extra energy, and that 3 rider can slip into my back. They can just slip into my back, and then they just wait, and then they just counter attack me at the end.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
it's really, really risky movement. So I don't have any choice. If I was in the, for example, if I was in the behind the Australian rider, I was in the third position.
That would be much easier.
I swear to God, I will straight jump to the front.
I trust you. You get the gold.
Because it's because the vision is different. You can see clearly how much they get at the front. Because to be honest, when I stay at the front on the 5th position, because you have 3 riders at the front, it's hard for me at the beginning to see how much the gap the Australian gave to Kenny. Because during the race we are trying to focus, and with the spectator, with the like noisy sound. So I just realized that gap is too big. We are coming to 1.5 laps. So after the 2 laps, so at that point I saw the gap is too much, and I said, oh my god, we are not racing for goal now. So I have to be super calm, and I have to race for the best spot at the time.
You did. Obviously you did. I think, yeah, for those who judge, actually, I think we should all trust Dato lah. For that moment, in just a few seconds, you have to, compare and to, come up with strategies like, hey, how do you cope with all that? It's pretty susah. And also, I think it's not like traffic jam. We just, buka signal, TikTok, I just move. That's impossible, right?
Yeah, true.
But anyhow,
and people have to understand too. People have to understand that it was the final keying at the Olympic Games. So every riders in the final, they are the elite, the super elite, the best of the best in the world, So they make the final because they deserve that, So there's a 30 riders at the Olympic, and only 6 riders who managed to go to the final. That means that they are very, very good riders. So you cannot expect that they are some chincai rider, you can easily beat any rider. So every tactic is important. Every single amount of energy is very crucial in the final.
Exactly. And it's always much, much more easier to just be out of the circle and watch. I should actually put it like
Sitting
that.
in front of TV, and it's very easy.
I'm also a track cycler, cyclist. I can also track cycling. Okay. No, I mean, just kidding. Out of the screen.
I thought you were really doing track cycling.
No lah. Are you taking any, members to train? I would just consider. Okay. So, throughout the incident, right? In your explanation, it means, in some circumstances, if that happened, might be have some judges who actually would call a stop, but this time they never do it, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
But
and
anyhow,
then I've been in a few situations. Also where the judge making a bad decision, but that is the nature of the sport. Sometimes you can question, sometimes you can't, but whatever it is, as a professional athlete, you need to accept whatever the rule,
True. It's like sportsmanship lah. Like you have to respect the organizer.
True.
Yeah.
Yes.